and stuck a wheel through the fence. And then we had another go off of turn 3. Really quite a lot of bounding going on there, end over end, before he climbed the fence.
Catch fence is
Catch
doing exactly what they're supposed to do,
they've been
what the name
tonight.
implies. In turn number 2, as Jerry alluded to, that one was heading for the pit area, that car. And again, our apologies, names escape us, as this was all during practice sessions before we had any driver lists of any kind. So our apologies there. But in practice, the first roll was just a frightening one in which the car cleared the concrete wall at the top of turn 2, and the tire actually went through and poked a hole at the top of the catch fence, or near the top of the catch fence, a good car length up from the bottom of the fence, so easily 15, 18 feet in the air.
Yes, and we heard, don't have a confirmation on that Jim Campbell's the Superstock driver's trailer was parked there and perhaps received a nick after after that incident.
Might have caught in a little bit of shrapnel. And then on the other end, during qualifying, single car qualifying, another car getting loose off of turn 3 and heading for the catch fence that direction. Fortunately, I think it scrubbed off, as you had said at the time, scrubbed off enough speed. What have we got going here now? This is, again, the start of this one. Everything had been woed. It might have been a little contact back in the back straightaway as a couple of cars were slowing down. Did not notice that the first time.
Looks like he might have run into the back of somebody a little bit. And got
car maybe ahead of him.
Out of shape.
Might have been Robert Ballou. But the flipping qualifying off of turn 3, in which the car cleared the concrete wall at the top of turn 3, and had it not been for the catch fence, would have landed in the back of somebody's pickup truck parked over there. The car is, of course, shut off under red until everything's cleaned up, and then these cars will be push started, very much like the IRA sprints or any other type of traditional, if you pardon the expression, sprint car. No self-starters. These are all pop the clutch and go.
Yep.
Actually, there's no clutch even.
It's an in-out box.
Mm-hmm.
It's either in gear or it's out of gear.
Yep. They push it into gear, and they hit the switch for the fuel pump, and when enough pressure is built up, pop the switch and go.
Yep.
Pop it into gear, I should say, and go.
Yep.
And there's nothing to these cars other than motor. They are a direct drive. There is no drive shaft in these things. From the bell housing goes directly under the driver's butt, literally, into the
differential.
Into the differential, directly behind the driver's lower back. You have to really, really trust the man who builds your bell housing, because that would hurt. And, of course, these guys practice all, and I mean all with a capital all, of the safety. This is the practice flip. Let's see if we can bring this up again. Thanks, guys. And this is going to be tough to see, but going into turn 3, there's the car.
Looks kind of digs in.
And there he goes.
Yep.
And you don't think those folks that are parked behind the turn 3,
perhaps calling for a wardrobe change after that one.
Yes. Talk about having a great seat for the show, but no, you have to, these guys, I mean, knowing that these cars have this tendency, much more so than a stock-bodied car that we're used to seeing here, you know that these guys are implementing all of the safety gear that they can put their hands on that money will buy. These are top-shelf safety helmets, Hans devices, seat belts that are probably wider than your upper arm. You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, these guys make sure. And these cars are built pretty sturdy. The two that we saw flip so badly, really they weren't as wrinkled up as you thought they would be, or as I thought they would be. These are pretty sturdy machines, all things considered. But that's a lot of horsepower right in front of your knees.
Exactly.
Oh. I'm going to guess IRA sprints I know are running right around 850 to 900 horse. I got to think these guys are in that same neighborhood.
I would think so.
Yeah, these things put out some power. And that's a big, big set of Hoosier tires that the power is hitting the ground with.
Well, in these, you don't have that wing to help keep the
Right.
front end down, that small wing, and the big wing on top to help with the downforce, and it's also a nice place to land if you're going to flip a wing sprint car. That has takes up a lot of the force when these guys flip in those. You don't have that in these.
No, there is no, it seems like there's no downforce, really. So you are really being, it's all in your right foot in these. And the little twitch of the steering wheel once in a while.
And that also is knowing how to tweak these cars suspension-wise, so they'll stay on the ground, hopefully,
as much as possible. But as these things get up under power, get under full song, watch the front wheels on a lot of these cars coming out of the corners. They will lift. And these guys steering them are just the little tweaks of the steering wheel to get the car at least aimed in the right direction without hitting something solid. The field will realign minus Kevin Thomas. And so the field will there'll be some reshuffling. We're not going to, unfortunately, not going to be able to catch up to it. The one change that we do know, or we're being told, I believe, is that Jared Andretti has been shuffled back a few rows. No, there he is. He's still in roughly row 8. So we misunderstood. That's our apologies. Or mine, anyway.
Well, we're getting the one to go here, so we'll see if we can get this 40 laps in, if in fact that's how far we're going.
Yeah, noticing that they still haven't put the lap count up on the scoreboard. Maybe
I think
it doesn't go to 40.
No, what they do is in these
they count them up, don't they?
Up.
Yes, that's right.
So we won't see. We'll find out if it hits 40 that we were going at.
We'll head that direction. Okay.
Yeah,
again, some reshuffling of the lineup. You're watching Andretti being sent to the tail of the grid. Jared Andretti, the son of John Andretti, the famous NASCAR and IndyCar star.
And he is going to the back.
And he is going to the tail.
Because he stopped in that accident.
So the field gets a 1-to-go signal. And there are several drivers, if we can, we'll try and point out to you to keep an eye on. Starting inside of row number 4 is one of them, Dave Darland. There he is, the black 71P. Comes into tonight 99 career USAC sanctioned feature wins. Looking for number 100. There's several drivers in this field. I think about 20 of them that have or at least 17 of them that heard that have never had a USAC sanctioned feature win. And of course, the national points leader, starting outside of row number 3, Robert Ballou in the white, number 12. Here we go. Looking for his 8th feature win of the season. Grant with the advantage early. Base plug right behind him. And then Brady Bacon in that brightly colored number 69, high side to 3rd. Ballou is up to 4th already. And then you've got a side-by-side battle for 5th. Justin Grant looking for his 2nd feature win of the season in USAC action. USAC National Sprint Car Tour. But he is being challenged. Chad Baseplug in that red 66 directly behind him. Caught a little bit and had to check up.